Guys, I'm going to be giving you a 6-month review, long-term review of my Kadrmas grinder. That is the SRG 1.5. I have a 1-horse motor with a VFD on it. Pretty much what sold me on this is after seeing it, spoke to Kyle a few times, saw Jay Keaton on his channel. He had some video and pics of this. Pretty much sold me there. Do I still love it? Yes. You know, I use this thing probably 2 to 3 times a week as a hobby knife maker. Probably grind out 8 to 10 blades a month on it, plus some other stuff. You know, is this thing everything I need? Absolutely. I've never bogged it down, never slowed it down. I probably never have run this thing over 60%, I would say. I was actually commenting on Jay Keaton's video last week. I saw him running his at 100, and I don't know what this thing would do at 100%, but it is solid. Again, I'm going to show you that. As you can see, I have a washer here set up just like I did in my first test when I first got this thing. It is not glued down or anything there, as you can see. So we'll crank this thing up, show you it running, run it through a few paces, and then go over a little bit more items in detail. So running at about 30% right now. Sorry guys, it might get loud. %30 is pretty much what I grind my bevels at when I'm grinding bevels. When I'm hogging material and I'm doing profiling initially, probably going to about 50%. Oh, the air just knocked that thing down. Turn that thing down. I'm not going to be able to get it to stand up now. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get that thing to stand up now. I can assure you, this thing is rock solid. Live TV. Alright guys, this is about 50%. Again, I don't know if you can see this. It's really not moving at all. There's no vibration. It is literally just the air that's knocking this thing over. There you go. At that 50%, no vibration at all. Let's crank it up a little more. It's pretty much the air that's knocking that thing over, okay? But this is only held in here with these 3 bolts that are pretty much in there to hold my VFD on with this mount that I made. But that is it. There's nothing else holding this grinder down other than those 3 bolts. And again, there's 0 vibration. So this machine, again, it came with a tooling arm, Kyle's new platen, that new design. Came with this tool rest. I think he has a larger one, but just came with a small one. As you can see, I guess you saw I mounted a small wheel attachment right onto the same platen. So when I need the small wheel, I just flip this thing completely over, and I have my small wheel. I did get a 8-inch contact wheel. Okay, and that thing has been awesome. Producing some really nice deep hollow grinds. these 3 that I'm working on. Just got to clean them up a little bit more, but I think really makes some nice bevels. I'll show you a few of the other things I'm working on too, but back to the grinder. I got the 6-inch drive wheel, as you can see right there. Gives you a little bit higher surface feet per minute. I also got a 5-inch tracking wheel, which again, the tracking on this thing is phenomenal. I'll show you that again real quick. So to track, you just turn this wheel. Thing pretty much tracks on a dime there. Very little needed to get that thing to track good. The other thing a lot of people always are curious about is this mechanism here. Okay, you can see it's super simple. Once you get your belt on, you pull your arm out, tighten it down here, put that thing up, and it's done. Okay, it's pretty much foolproof with that. Okay, give you another little side look here of that grinder. Again, I not only use this grinder to make knives, also using it for the jigs that I'm making. So I'm grinding all these jigs down to make the bevel grinding jigs. Okay, see I got a bunch of them all drilled and tapped and grinding everything out, polishing them up on the grinder here. Scotch-Brite does an awesome job on that. This Bowie that I've been working on, it's got it all marked out. Be grinding this probably next week. Was working on 3 chef knives for an order. It was taking up a lot of my time, but I have the scales already here, the bolsters ready to go, and everything for that Bowie. Everything will get done on this grinder. Had a lot of people commenting when I first posted my first video, asking me questions. Again, I've had no issues with this grinder. I had no issues with Kyle. I know, I've heard lately that sometimes he's unresponsive or delays getting back to you. I guess the guy is busy, which is a good thing. He's making a bunch of grinders. Really took off from what I understand. But again, for a hobby knife maker, this thing is all I need. I know there's some other grinders out there. A lot have actually come on the market in the last 6 months since I've gotten this grinder. This does have the ability to tilt. I don't have that option from Kyle, but I know you can get it. And I've actually been contemplating getting that thing and just having this thing just completely tilt over. It's a pretty simple mechanism. You would bolt it to that tilting mechanism that Kyle does sell, and then you would just tilt the whole thing over. I do have the room here to do it, just rearrange a few things. So again, I am contemplating that. But again, as far as this thing being able to do what I need it to do, price was, unbelievable for what this is. The build quality on this grinder is phenomenal. I've said it since day one. It's overbuilt. In my opinion, this thing is rock solid. Fit and finish is great. The engineering that went into this thing is great. Again, if for my purposes, as a hobby knife maker, again, and again, I am getting into some, different grinds here and different things. This thing has never bogged down. I'm going to attribute some of that, to having that larger drive wheel and larger tracking wheel. It's giving you that extra surface feet per minute. I know, and when I was researching everything, a lot of people were always saying, don't go with a 1-horse. You'll regret it. It's been, like I said, about 7 months. I don't regret it. I have yet to even slow this thing down. As I mentioned earlier, I don't think I've ever gone over 60% on this VFD. I do have it set with the double the speed increase in there. So that motor, is 1750. I don't know if you can see that plate there. 1750 RPM. So the doubler on that gives you 3,500, whatever it is, double that, and this thing has just been a beast. No issues and no complaints with it. And again, I've ground out a decent amount of knives here with everything. If anybody has any questions, you can certainly leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to get back to you. I've gotten back to a bunch of people already, both on YouTube and Instagram regarding the grinders. Again, I don't work for Kyle. I'm not on the payroll in any way. Again, I'm actually contemplating getting a couple other things from him additionally. That tilting mechanism. I think I'm going to get another tooling arm because I'm probably going to get a larger contact wheel as well. And I also want to get a work rest to use with that contact wheel. So it's going to need to be have the, a cutout in there so I can use it to rough grind when I have that contact wheel on. So, but again, very happy with this Kadrmas SRG 1.5 grinder. Again, this thing is, in my opinion, worth every penny for the hobby and even getting into the more serious knife maker. Again, I do consider myself a hobby knife maker. I'm not just making one knife a month, though. Again, I am making probably anywhere from 8 to 10 knives a month, and this thing is handling it, okay? And as far as the quality of what it gives you, you can see the quality is phenomenal. Okay, plus all these other things that I am using the grinder for, handles as well. Again, with that VFD, you are able to slow that thing down, which is key. So you're not burning any wood or any of your materials. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Again, in my long-term review, I would give it a 2 thumbs up and 100% vote of confidence. Anybody who's thinking about getting a grinder, again, I know there's a lot of different ones out there, but do not hesitate. If you're looking at a Kadrmas grinder, no hesitation to tell you, pull the trigger on that. All right, guys, happy knife making. Again, if you have any questions, comments, likes, follow. If you're not following me, please follow me and pass my channel along. Thanks, guys.